let's make an absurd story.
Okay. Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted.
Yes.
So we have 8 cards on the table, all face down, and each of you, one by one, are going to lift the card and create an absurd story. A story that would never happen in reality. So bad and so unrealistic that we will be very awkward, you know?
Okay.
So that is the objective.
Okay.
But let's say I tell a very realistic, boring story. Then all of you will shout, cover it back. Then I have to cover the card back, and this is a minus deduction point for me. So the person with the most deduction, my negative points, loses. Okay? And let's say you start the story here, and the next person has told a very bad story, and you cover it up. So the next person continues the story before the covered card.
Okay.
And we have to make the story in correlation, so it has to continue. And the last card has to be an ending. Okay. Alright. Once upon a time, there was a building that was made out of books. As you can see here, this was the shape of the building, and the bottom part was the second floor. It doesn't make sense, right? It looks like a shadow, but it was actually a second floor.
So the top floor is not the top floor.
Exactly. And the name of the house was The Mysterious House. How can you continue this?
So in this building, there was a bookworm living.
The bookworm.
Yeah, and this bookworm was a big fan of tarot cards reading. But since his old cards got damaged, he started taking off parts of the house, which was actually a book, to make new cards.
Oh, okay. Oh, you must be very good.
Yes. There's 4 people are living on this building. Yeah, there's the 4 person are living here. They never eat.
They never eat.
When they talk, there was a fire.
Oh, they spit fire when they talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they always silent.
Oh, they were silent.
Yeah. So when they talk, that is the others run away from them.
Oh, because they're afraid that they're gonna burn the building.
Yeah, burn the building. Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
This building, there was a building next to the book building, and it was a building made of clouds.
Oh, good.
And they were sworn enemies because people liked this new cloud building because you could live on the cloud, and the 4 people were thinking of moving because you can't burn a cloud because a cloud is just a cloud, and
it's fluffy.
And it's fluffy.
So there was a competition. And the bookworm knew that there was a competition and felt very threatened.
Okay.
So the bookworm managed to get one of the person that used to live there that spit fire and lured her into the book building and burned the building down. The bookworm made her talk. And his objective was to create another new building out of money. And people loved money. They knew that they would come. So he built that building out of money, and the bookworm was being, now my house will be popular. Everybody's gonna live in my house. But guess what? Nobody came. they love the clouds too much that they abandoned this money house. And this guy called Chris, he used to live in this modern world. So this world was another world, but this is another dimension. So he came to live in this house.
Okay.
Chris came to live in the
lived in
money
the money
house.
That was built by the bookworm.
Yeah.
Is Chris from another dimension?
Yeah.
Okay.
It might make sense.
Yeah, this is the thing that now I can think of something that makes sense.
But you
No,
can't.
I
You
cannot
can't.
say no. But since there was only Chris living in the house made of money, the bookworm wasn't satisfied with the situation, and so he sat down, and while playing with his tarot cards, he came up with an idea to build yet another building. This time made of tears.
Tears. Okay.
Okay. Oh, okay.
But on this time, they think that the Earth is not safe enough to leave. They are trying to go to the moon and planning to make a building there on the moon.
Okay.
They think that will be the most safest place, and Earth is going to be destroyed soon.
Oh, so Earth is gonna be destroyed, and they wanted to build that house in the moon. So they wanted to build the tier house in the moon.
Yeah,
Okay.
clear house in the moon. Yeah.
Okay.
The ending. Oh no, I almost made something that makes sense. So the bookworm moves his money house is back on Earth. He can't do anything anymore. And he says, you know, Chris, let's be my partner, my building partner. We have to go to the moon like right now. Earth is gonna explode. We're all gonna die. And Chris is kind of worried, you know, but he's like, okay, we can make this tiers, but they don't know how to make a tier house on a moon because the only person there is Chris and the bookworm. They need people. They need the tiers, right? So in the end, they manage to, you know, make a hospital on the moon, and they take all the people,
All the patients.
all the patients. They move the patients
the hospital.
because you know bookworm is mad rich right now, super rich. He just moves all the hospital patients to the moon. He sets up a hospital, and he puts these things that collects the people's tears.
Wow.
You know, and then in the end, finally, he's able to successfully make his tier building on the moon with Chris.
Wow.
Part two
Such
to be
a happy
continued.
ending. Oh my god.
And we all win.
And we all
Yay!
win.
Nobody had a face down part.
Yeah.
Give me the trophy.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's like it's mine.
So this trophy is for all of us.
Yeah, so we can do the
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You guys are absurd.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.